Welcome back to part 2 of August Tarot Reads. So for this question, I always get this a lot. I did ask about the financial system, where we are at and the timing of the new financial system. Now, this is not to be confused with the financial system that, people want to push, that it's going to be, all on the internet and they're going to be able to shut it off whenever they want and you won't have access to this and this. No, that is the lower timeline. We are not on that timeline. So it drives me crazy when people either send me videos talking about this or people just keep going back to it and keep being fearful. You have to use discernment and keep fear to the side when we're talking about things like this, or when you're trying to tap into your intuition. Fear has no place, or you won't be able to read it clearly. So I did ask about it. What's around it? Give me the energy. Where are we at? Because I've been seeing for about 3 years now, there's been an active parallel financial system that is of a higher vibration that stems from an off-world kind of source energy. And I know that that confuses people, and now I don't really know all the details. It's impossible for anyone to know everything about it. But what I can sense is that it's there. I can see it's there. I can see its intent. I can see the vibration it's at. I can tell where it's going. So it is there. We will have it. It is a part of New Earth, and everyone is going to be able to relax when it comes to that. Now, the exact time, I don't know, because time and timelines change. So if I were to say, oh, it is, 3 weeks from now at 10 a.m., say Eastern time. No, as my first mentor said, that would be fortune telling, and fortune telling isn't real. So what is real is being able to intuitively tap in and read to a situation, but not necessarily knowing down to the second all the time for every question exactly when and exactly how everything falls into place. It depends on what we're talking about. This is just far too vast. It's way wider and more complex than people can probably understand. So it kind of doubles as a frustration, because I understand how the financial system is stressful. I get it. But you also have to, all you can do, because we're not physically in charge of that switching. So that means all you can do then is hold it in your mind, visualize it, act as if it's not a problem for you. Try to manifest funds just for yourself. Because when you do that, when you manifest things, not just funds, but anything, you have to do it from gratitude. So my throat wants to clear a lot when we're talking, which means they're trying to channel and speak through me. So if I'm clearing a lot, it's because I have my guides always will speak through me. So for the first part of this, I got the Queen of Swords followed by the Queen of Wands, which is very interesting. So I feel that 45 has a lot to do with this, but it goes far beyond him too. However, there is also a female that's involved, because I see, so remember when I said swords are thoughts and words, it's your mental state and communication. I see that whoever's involved is very particular and straightforward and strict about how they want this to look. So, and then you combine that with the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is independence. So this person and this group is very intent and specific on the fact that they want this to bring independence for all. So that's there. It's been there. That's not changing. But I feel like it's not just 45, and I do feel like this is attached to a heavy female energy. But it's also just more of a, how do I describe this? It's more of like an intuitive way. So some people use the word quantum, but it's also like a team of people. So it's a team of people from various spaces, specialties, dimensions, that are all a part of this. But there's a heavy female in it, because female energy is more intuitive. So you need that, not that males can't be intuitive, that's not what I mean, but the essence and the strength of the female energy is unconditional love, it's intuition, it's caretaking, that. So the intuitive part of this energy feels like that's kind of what's leading it. But then you also have so many other elements to it. So then I asked about the physical elements, and I got these. So I first got this card, which is the Eight of Pentacles. So this card is like, if you're asking about time or an amount, it kind of depends. This could be an 80% there or 80% there card. This could mean that they're still working out 20% of the details. When you combine that with the Three of Wands, the Three of Wands is waiting. We're waiting on the results. Like, it's there, you're just waiting to see it. And you see how the coastline is in the back, and he's standing here just energetically waiting. See how the boats are coming in? So I feel like they're waiting on maybe 20%, or they're waiting on the physical aspect. Like, how is this exactly going to transfer over? Because I don't get there's going to be any major problems. So I never got that. But I do feel like there's logistics to figure out, and how is that exactly going to look? So I feel like there's that. Now, what I feel is that it's just going to have to happen like this, because you can't over-explain things to people beforehand. If you over-explain things to people beforehand, when it comes to things like this, they're lost. They can't make the jump unless you're very awakened. So I feel like it's just going to be like, this is what it is, and then you're going to realize it after the fact, if that makes sense. I do get things transfer. I don't think it's going to be this huge big deal. I don't get that it's going to be very chaotic or stressful. Some people may be stressed because they haven't been paying attention to this kind of stuff. They're not in tune with their intuition. They're not understanding what's going on. They haven't been following anything like this. So yes, they are probably going to be very stressed and confused, but the rest of us are expecting it. And it's not going to be what certain people push as far as, it's going to be horrible, and the control is going to be outside of the earth space. Okay. The control is going to be a higher vibrational. Some people say quantum. I just say a very high vibrational kind of off-world technology that is protective. So it keeps us protected. It keeps the line protected. So it can't be tampered with. It can't be vandalized. It can't be laundered. It can't be, there's no nefarious activities happen around this. So that's where we're at. That's what I get. The Eight of Pentacles can also double as the 10th month, which is October, 2 months from now. So there's very, I think this is one of those things where if the collective keeps working and keeps raising their frequency, then it allows that timeline for things like that to jump up and speed up, so we see it faster. That's how this works. So there could be various timelines, but which one we go down, this goes for people personally too, depends on choices we make and level of consciousness. So that's what I get. So stay tuned for part 3.